Hi everybody! Welcome to Tharp World. I'm Allison Tharp and you're at the Compound Gallery and Studios in Oakland. This is my studio. This is my block mural that I'm working on. I've been doing for the past couple of weeks and we are expanding on it. It's going to take over a whole wall, but I have to do it in little pieces, of course, because I can't do it all at once. And the great thing about this mural is that each piece stands alone as its own little, its own little world. So we can mix and match and arrange them. It's not like a puzzle. It can go any which way, which I think is so fun. So unfortunately, I was going to do a silk screen. I don't know if some of you guys follow me on Instagram or Facebook, but I was going to do a silk screen of that transparency, but I had some technical difficulties this week, so instead of my silk screen, we'll wait till the next week or the week after to do it. But we'll use it as inspiration today, and it's a bunch of characters that I love. Some I saw in New York, some I made up, some I saw in San Francisco, but it's just a nice sidewalk scene of some of my favorite people and little guys that I created. So yes, we have a big night ahead of us. I have lots of materials I'm going to work with today. I have some really fun colors. These are almost like Taco Bell colors, and I'll explain them in a second. There's black for our lining. I have glitter stars. I have some pink glitter. And I have some nice blue glitter of different grades, different, thicknesses or gauges or whatever, because we have a fabulous character and I'm going to explain him. I saw him this week and I cannot wait to tell the story. But in the meantime, before I do, I want to have all my clear tar gel. I think I have everything, and some oil Sharpies to draw on today. But before I start, some of you guys have been watching since the beginning, and on this show, Tharp World, we like to start out with the bad drawing book. And what this is it's a book of drawings that are only horrible and awful. No good drawings are allowed in this book. It's to warm up, to get past all that voices in your head that are like, oh, that's not good, or this isn't right, or everything that holds back your creativity. So that terrible drawing that you're really scared you're going to make, that awful drawing that you're like, oh my god, I hope no one ever sees this, is going in this book. So roll up your sleeves, folks. These drawings end up being some of my favorites. They're truly horrible. Let me show you give you a couple examples. So they're really fast. They're really scribbly. Sometimes I draw with my opposite hand. Sometimes I draw with my feet. Sometimes I draw with my eyes closed. Anything to just get those bad drawings out on paper. Don't try too hard. If you try hard and the drawing ends up good, you rip the paper out of the book and throw it into the trash can and you start over. There's no good drawings allowed in this book. Let me explain. Oh, here's some of my other favorites. These are those little guys outside of the 5-minute oil change, that wave and dance. It's my guy. It's my buddy. There's a nice drawing of a pug that you can't even tell what it is. That's the kind of work we like in this book. That's the kind of horrible work. We like the scribbles. We like stuff that doesn't make sense. Let's see. Some of some of them need to be ripped out of this book because I think this looks like a large gentleman holding a stuffed animal. I'm not sure what's going on here, but that's kind of along the lines that we were going for. Expressions of pure emotion, like this hot dog man listening to a boombox. So that's the kind of stuff we want to do. Here's a sleeping person. God only knows what that is. See, what is it? Who knows? Who cares? Let's start. So everyone stop what you're doing, walk away from the computer, go obtain a piece of paper of any kind, and especially if you have your bad drawing book that you already have acquired, take it out and take out some ugly colors. I want you to find the ugliest colors, the ones that you hate the most. Here are some great ugly colors. I like to draw with Christmas colors when it's not Christmas. That's really one of my favorite things to do for bad drawings. And adding some pink, which doesn't go with these colors at all. And then here's black just because we're on TV and you want to be able to see what we're doing. So what am I going to draw? I'm going to draw with my eyes closed. Oh, you know what I was doing this week? I was looking at glasses. I was shopping for glasses. Unfortunately, I have a really expensive taste in frames. It's really unfortunate. I wish I liked the cheap ones, but I don't. Anyway, I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to draw all the frames that were my favorites. Okay, so getting them out on live TV, everyone's watching, and I'm drawing something ugly. And that is just the best thing for artists to do, ugly stuff, because then it frees you up to do some really amazing work. I'm going to draw, I mean, this is like, maybe this is going to be how I'm remembered. You know, they're going to be like the worst artists in the world. And at least you were the worst, you know, you really went down in history as being like the ugliest. Okay, so this is me. This is a self-portrait. This is, my favorite kinds of glasses are these cat eye glasses. And I'll draw my hair with I'll just look away and depict my haircut. Just look away and draw it. Don't even know what's happening, but okay. And then some blush. This is funny. I hope you're all enjoying your bad drawings too, and drawing something like this week that you have done or seen. I like to get my camera out and take pictures of people like throughout the week, and then use them as inspiration sometimes on the show. And then let's see. This is one of my least favorite colors, this kind of forest green. I don't own anything in this color because it's really like not my favorite color. So this is, I'm right-handed, so I'm drawing with my left hand. Anything to make the drawing especially ugly. Horrible. That's the kind of stuff we want in a bad drawing book. Now, oh, you know what's also really fun to do is to like take like a pencil or a pen in both hands and draw two-handed. This is like, this does something really strange to the chemicals in the brain. I believe that it does produce some kind of effect that is uplifting in the mood, and that is my professional opinion. It does something really good to the chemicals in your brain. Kind of like when you get a text, it releases some kind of like happy juice in your psyche. I believe that this does the same thing. Drawing with two hands is really, really fun. And if you haven't done it, I recommend it. It's really weird. Try to do something opposite. Like, it's really, they want to be symmetrical, so it's really fun to do kind of opposite stuff. But it frees you up. Really nice. Horrible colors. Awful drawing. Don't know what it is. Perfect. Let's draw like these people, frog people embracing. Yes, there we go. So this doesn't even make sense. This is one of probably the best bad drawings in the book so far. Just a couple of weird lines. So that's what that's for. To warm up, to stretch. Stretch, everyone. Let's begin. Let's look at this piece that we're working on here. That's an ongoing piece from the last week. And it'll probably be the last week that I work on it on the show, because I'd like to keep it, keep it fresh, keep it moving. And I think for the next couple of weeks after, we'll do some silk screens, because that's what I'm getting into lately. So let me explain to somebody that I just met. Met meaning took a picture of when he didn't see me do it, and made up a story about him, including his name and his entire history. So this young man, if you could get a close-up of him, I've named him Nathan. I saw him in Phil's Coffee. I don't know what his real name is. He was wearing the most fabulous outfit I've seen in Berkeley in a really long time. He had skinny jeans on. They were black or red. I can't remember, but I think they were dark colored. He had a little half shirt on, which was flowered, like kind of a floral print. And then he had matching floral print Doc Martens and long flowing blonde hair. And he was just... And there's another picture of him on me. He's like in the crowd scene as well. And I just was so inspired by him. I followed him into the store and was like taking some pictures and just like, what a fabulous boy. Like, thank you for wearing a half shirt in public, and thank you for having that beautiful long blonde flowy hair. You inspire all. And we both like the same coffee shop, so now we're friends. So I love him. I called him Nathan. No, not Nathan, Nathaniel. I was in my car, I'm like, what would his name be? But it would be Nathaniel, because it's the more adorable version of the name. So what I'm going to do is, I think first start painting the background here. And I have these colors right out of the tube. I'm not messing around. These colors are so nice and bright. And what I like to do is block out really big solid pieces of color, and then I go back in with more subtleties and shading and lines and things like that. But a lot of these paint panels don't even have any anything on them except for gesso. So it's a great way to just kind of put an underpainting on there. And I'm creating the scene here. I like this grass. Whoops, there's some blue got in there. I like this grass green color. Up near my work, they're making all these parklets. Have you guys noticed that? Whenever there's a parklet near a coffee shop, they can charge like twice as much for the coffee. And also, if they have little terrariums in the coffee shop, they can up the price of the coffee too. So anytime you're seeing a parklet or terrariums, you know you're going to pay a good amount for that coffee. And it's probably going to be good. It's probably going to be good coffee. Maybe, I don't know. But, so anyway, there's a little parklet here. Okay. But Nathaniel doesn't let it get him down. He's a beautiful man. Another person I saw this week that really gave me just the happiest feelings of inspiration was this old lady driving this car, and she had the cat's eye glasses that I wanted, and she had huge, like beautiful, like soft halo of round hair, and this is her over here. I put stars in her hair, and we'll work on her in a little bit. I put stars in her hair, and then a cat, which is near her eyes, which means she's dreaming of that cat. And her name's Betty, and I named her that. It's like I don't have to look anywhere. These people just are everywhere. Perfect for inspiring us. So Nathaniel's Doc Martens were so colorful. He was such an amazing dresser and so brave. I mean, it was kind of a cold day to wear the half shirt. It's not really that warm out here in the Bay Area. So anyone wearing something like that is thinking about fashion above function. So acrylic paint is really, it doesn't come off your clothes. I have to sacrifice, I mean, you really have to just wear your paint clothes when you do this, because I already ruined a pair of yoga pants and got stuff on them earlier. And yoga pants are not cheap, as you know. So, for all out there attempting to stay clean doing acrylic paint, don't do it. You know you're going to get paint on it. If you don't want to, it's going to happen. Okay. So we're doing this, oh, I love how like the background is there. So we're doing the grass. Nathaniel's walking with his little coffee. Adorable. And all the people in this, oh man, I'm so bummed that it didn't come. I tried it twice and I'm doing something wrong with my silk screens. I'm going to work on it this next week. But I love this transparency. It's like I was so stoked. I was ready to do it. If you can see, like, there's everybody represented. Like, I don't know if you remember, but there's Walter and Travis, my favorite plus-size couple, and they're so cute, and they're in love. See, back here. There's some guys with beards, and then dreaming of another man with beards. I'm really, like, fascinated by the beards lately, you guys. And there's Kenny Shopson, a lady on a Razor scooter. It's not, like, a painting of mine unless there's someone on a Razor scooter. There's some adorable shoes at the store called Number 6 in New York. So that's just like some girls with different kinds of glasses here. Some rockers down here. Everybody. There's a meddler over there. And so they're all represented. There's a homeless kid with a cat on his shoulder. Like you can't. And a dude taking a picture of his ice cream cone. And there's a dude on a cell phone. So there's tons of people in that picture, and I was like, oh my god, it's going to be perfect. I'm going to silk screen their images onto here, and that'll happen, but not this week. This is quite an this is a pretty intense project, and usually on Tharp World I just make one project that will take about an hour, and then I can finish it. But I thought, you know what, since we're on season 2, and you guys have seen me do a lot of printmaking and stuff, I would do something a little bit different. This is entertainment, you know. Gotta keep it fresh. Gotta keep it fresh all the time. Don't forget the stickers, y'all. These are stickers that inspired me because of their subject matter. It's all desserts. They're really, really cute. And I'm using them as kind of like an underpainting. Like, they will probably get painted over, possibly, but you and I will know that they were once there. And who knows? They might not get painted over. And they remind me of Shopsins. And you know, as I was talking about in the past weeks, Shopsins in New York, my absolute favorite restaurant in the whole world now. There's 900 items on the menu. And you don't have 900 items on the menu because you held back and decided, like, maybe I'm not going to put that on the menu. You were like, oh, hell no. It all goes on the menu. It goes from the brain to the menu. Just like from the brain to the bad drawing book to the art, which kind of starts out looking like bad art and then like forms into like something really crazy and cool. So there's really no filters, and I think that's the best if you have some kind of like, you know, it's just like it comes right out of the brain and spills onto the wood panels. That's the best thing. So I'm trying not to have any, I'm trying to just create as I go, as I make the work without censoring it for TV. It just comes right out of the brain on here, unrehearsed. And it's fun to watch an artist create. I love watching an artist make art. It's so fun. So keeping our paint nice and wet, I'm going to come in with one of my oil markers and draw one of my characters. I think I'll draw the girls with the diamond glasses and the square glasses. I didn't see those glasses at the store, so sometimes you have to create what life doesn't give you. And this whole mural, the scene here, it's kind of like a street scene in Manhattan. I think it's what that's kind of about. It's really crowded and it seems chaotic, but it still makes sense. It's really weird to draw at this angle, and it's fun because if you run out of space, you just add another wood panel and continue working. There we go. Another great thing to do is adding a little bit of color with your palette knife. And the great thing about using the oiled marker, like while I'm doing this, is that I can paint right on top of it instead of having to wait, like with black paint. And who doesn't love fluorescent pink in artwork? You know, who doesn't just like adore the bright fluorescent? I'm almost out of this color, and I've ended up. It was like a giveaway color or something, and I ended up using it all the time. Like, who would use fluorescent pink in their art? But, man, there's never a bad time for fluorescent pink in artwork, I think. Reminds me of those splatter. Do you remember those, like, those spiral t-shirt places in the mall where you could make a t-shirt and they would put paint on the spiral thing? And it was just talking about that with someone, and it would make a t-shirt, it would spin it, and you get, like, this crazy spiraled. That's what this reminds me of. If you ever run out of room, you know, and you're working, just make their feet really small. I remember that getting in big trouble for that in art school, like running out of room on the paper and just making the making the foot like really stumpy, and the teacher was like, no, we don't do that here. It's like life drawing class. I'm like, it's foreshortening. I'm like, nope, no it isn't. It's lazy. But whatever, you know. When in doubt, just make the arms really stumpy too, and then she's just got really short arms. That's we do anything we want on Tharp World, you know? Like, it all works out. Let's make her friend's got like the diamond glasses. I'm really scared to put my hand in the paint, but if that happens, it happens. And that's there, and like, let's do some. Oh man, these are fun. I just got these pens, and I'm really happy with the way they're working. These are like oil Sharpies. These are good times. It's really good. And oh, maybe that's not her end. This is like, this is that guy with the headphones. What is he? Oh yeah, he's wearing like a sweatshirt. Uh-oh, we need another piece. Let's do this color. So we're just kind of blocking out these shapes to add further details, you know, a little bit. Maybe I will continue with this one, I don't know. Maybe I'll take a poll, what my viewers want to see. I could continue this piece. You know what would be great though? Is if I could get it up on the wall and then continue it, like, once I block it out here, to do it on the wall, and that would be really fun. Because then you could see the whole thing at one time instead of just like little sections of it. So maybe I'll actually do that next week. We just kind of go along as we see fit here on Tharp World. We just keep making things however we want. And they evolve kind of like a plant. This piece will end up in a show next spring in Sacramento, and I'll give you guys the details closer on to the time. But I'm doing a show with all the work that I've done on Tharp World, all together as one. And hopefully able to play on a video some episodes at the show too. Because I think we're almost to the 24th episode. I think maybe next week or the week after. No, 3 more episodes. We're close to 24 straight hours of Tharp, y'all. 24 hours, that's a whole day of Tharp. If you could probably, if you wanted, I mean, if you really wanted to do that, you could watch 24 straight hours of this TV show. I think by the end of that, you would probably never want to do any artwork again. Or you might never want to stop doing artwork. It's worth a try to see what happens. Let's give this guy, let's actually paint on a color for him. Let's give him purple color, like a purple. Let's give him purple pants. It's really frustrating. If I rearrange these, it's very hard to find out where they go again. I have to admit, like if I want them to be in a specific order, it's very difficult to figure out. So it's fun for me too. Like the piece, every time you move them around, it becomes something different. It's also fun to use just leftover colors. I think that this blue piece was sprayed with leftover spray paint. And so I really love when my color choices are limited, because it makes me really have to, it's a challenge. And also, you know, certain color combinations come out that I wouldn't normally use, and they might end up being really good. As long as they're not Christmas colors, we're going to be fine. I like those pants on that man. Those are cute. I like his face too. He's like, I don't know, that's really funny. I want to put more colors on her hair, and it didn't come out as much as I'd like just with this palette knife. I want more, like a more opaque look for her hair. There we go. And we'll paint on some, well, maybe we'll give her highlights after this dries. Oh, this is great. The color of her face is that pink. That's okay with me. I also brought over some gold leaf. We will be adding some texture to some of these. Keeping the inspiration going of the Shopson's menu, which I don't have in front of me, but I've shown the last couple weeks. It's jam-packed with information. It looks chaotic, but it's perfectly organized. And you can get absolutely anything on that menu, and he will make it for you. Kenny Shopson, as you can probably tell, is one of my latest obsessions. I think he's a genius. He's right up there with Frank Zappa for me as someone who I admire totally, and I just discovered him. So, you know, when you discover a new hero, it's a lot of fun. You know, it's just a lot of fun to have a new hero. I think we all need him. So let's see. I think now. Let's continue on. I'm going to move some of these out of the way. Oh, I know. Let's work with Betty. Let's work with Betty. This is Betty. This is Betty's sparkly hair. This is Betty's cat. She was driving and she was adorable. Like, how do you not like see this person and just be like, you know what? I have a new faith in humanity. This person exists out in the world. She's so magical. I just adore her. Maybe she's like Nathaniel's grandma. Oh my God! What if she was his grandma? That'd be so cute. So let's put her here. It's like Tetris. It's really fun, like, to figure this thing out. Let's move these Birkenstocks. We don't need them right now. We don't need this. That is good. Oh, let's use this because there's a cat on it, and Betty likes cats. And already we're getting these, there's a red flag, there's Christmas colors together. You know how I feel about that. We need something in between that's better. And this goes here. And there it is. Oh, perfect, and this goes here. That looks really cool. Like that. Okay. I really love this combination. Don't you guys like that combination? I'm into that. I'm into those colors together. I'm also really into this thing. I just like to pick it up and look at it. This is actually fuzzy paper. This paper has a texture to it. Daphne gave me this, my studio mate. She got it from Mexico, and it's like this kind of like this fuzzy velvet paper. And this coffee cup. I think maybe I should just take this home because I like it so much. I'm not going to just... I'm into it. Okay. Okay, so let's we're gonna have fun with this. We're gonna make Betty's outfit, and we're gonna put sequins on her and some glitter and some gold leaf. I think we'll make like a gold leaf purse for her, something like that. Oh, here's another bowl. These little guys are just to fill in spaces because there's not everything fits. So if we need a spot, it's like a commercial break. I think that she should be wearing a onesie, no, okay, a romper, an adorable romper with a couple of adorable tennis shoes. Because apparently it's summertime in this painting because of Nathaniel's choices. So let's give her like a cute little romper. I think I've seen her doing water aerobics at the YMCA. I don't know if you guys have ever done water aerobics at the YMCA, but at the downtown Berkeley YMCA, they crank up the Lady Gaga, and they make waves in that pool. Like those ladies and those gentlemen make some intense waves when they do their water aerobics. A lot of times if you can't beat them, join them, and I'll just like stop doing my freestyle and go over there and do the water aerobics with them, because the Lady Gaga, it's all just like it's so you know, it's enticing. They're working out, they're rocking out, and having a good time, more fun than I'm having doing laps. So it's really cute. I love the people at the Y. So she kind of reminds me, maybe she was even going to the YMCA. I don't remember. I think I saw her in Oakland, but I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah. Cool. It was a couple of bucks. Do you want me to close the... You can... I got to Oh my God, guess what just happened? Her hand ran into this cat, and you know what that means. This cat is on a leash. And it is her pet. And he's in an outfit. This cat is on a leash. It's wearing a sweater. And this is walking on the streets of Berkeley. You know, art doesn't have to make a lot of sense. I mean, some of it's New York, some of it's Berkeley. It's all just like, I think, like an imaginary place. But this cat is on a leash. Have you guys ever tried to put a cat on a leash? They just like lay down in defeat, looking super sad. Pet cat, cat's on a leash. Let's make a purse. I want it to be a gold purse. Is this dry? It's not quite dry yet. We might have to wait. It's still wet. We'll have to wait on that. We'll put her purse on her hand like after that gets dry. So. But that is an adorable little romper. That is really adorable. And I think that we need to make that romper, maybe we'll even make it match. I don't know if I should make it purple, but I kind of want to. I just think I should make it, I think I should just go for it. I'm getting a thumbs up from the bosses. I'm going for it. I want to make it match this girl's hair because the inspiration is striking. Wait, no, it's gonna match his pants. Let's mix them. Let's just mix them together. I don't paint usually with this color. I tried to get some colors that I don't normally use, just for my own entertainment. I tend to get on like stuck on a palette and like love that one particular group of colors and not change it too much. I think a lot of artists do that. It's like we just have our favorites. And it can be kind of a fun exercise to paint with colors that you don't normally use, or colors that you find like absolutely offensive. Like for a long time, I wouldn't use any colors that reminded me of Taco Bell, like purple, pink, and teal, like Taco Bell in the 80s or something. Because I don't think Taco Bell looks like that now, but it used to. And I'd be like, that's Taco Bell colors. That's not art. That's Taco Bell colors. But like here I am using Taco Bell colors, so. And maybe I wanted to do it all along. I just wouldn't let myself do it. Thanks, bad drawing book. It's gonna be at least easier to find like where, you know, where these things match up after with all this purple. You know, it has been said, and I might have to agree at this point, that purple is the official color of Berkeley. Have you guys heard that? I think my friend Julie said that, and I think it's true. I would have to agree. You see more purple in the city of Berkeley than you see, like at least on people, than any other city in the world. And that is a fact. You can look it up. That is a fact. And there's nothing wrong with a large woman in purple. I think it's a flattering color for a lot of ladies. This is really working out. This is gonna be, okay, so, isn't it crazy that the cat just like happened to be right there when I needed an accessory for this lady, and then all of a sudden, a cat appeared and was like, this is the second cat that's out in public. The first one was there on that kid. That's something you don't see in New York. You don't see a lot of cats on people's shoulders. You know what? We're running low on purple. This outfit requires more purple than I anticipated. And so, this is an emergency. I'm gonna have to just use some of, I'm just gonna have to use some of the stuff that I was gonna use for other people on this lady. There's more purple than okay, here's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to dry brush this, and we're gonna have to do the best we can to make this work. We're gonna be using the blue. Here's how we do this. We're gonna be using the blue here to create shading, and the gray on this side to create shading. You know, when I was like learning to draw, I remember when I would mess up. I wouldn't draw with pencil. I learned to draw with pen, and so I didn't erase anything. But I would just, if something got messed up, I would just like make a really dark mass and then like turn it into something else. And like I meant to do that, you know. It just became something else. And I still make art like that. Like I'm just kind of haphazard and just sort of I don't ever erase anything. I'm just, well, it wasn't meant to be then. I used to put a lot of my characters in gloves because I would like mess up their fingers, and I'm like, well, they're wearing gloves now. And they're all wearing gloves. You can always go back in and change it once the paint's dry. And you get like, I don't know, you get fun effects that way when you don't really know what's going to happen. At least it's kind of interesting. And it's a good thing it's on live TV, because that also adds an element of, you know, can't tell what's going to occur. I'm okay with that. I think that looks pretty great. I kind of like that you can sort of see through that. That's okay with me. I wonder how many viewers we have. Can you guys see? Oh my god, cool. $200, that's a lot of viewers. Okay. So there we have like a lot of purple in one spot. Let's see my clear tar gel. So this material is really fun. It's very sticky, it builds up, it turns into this strange kind of like bumpy gelatinous texture when it dries, and it's great because it's extremely shiny. So I'm going to add some, let's add something to, I want to put some gold leaf. Where will I put it? Let's give it to her little shoes. And then we'll also be adding some texture with sequins, which we may or may not paint over, but they will be there. So gold leaf is really messy, but very fun. And once it dries, we'll do a layer of the clear tar gel over it. Yeah, it gets on everything. So I love that. And it's okay if it gets on some of the other stuff, because it adds little flakes, and there'll be many, many layers of this stuff, of paint and of textures. We're going to give her a shiny shirt, putting a layer of clear tar gel over. Just like this. Okay, and that is usually thick enough for the materials to stick to it, and I have this. My favorite Tupperware, full of sequins of many different colors and shapes. That one is too bumpy. This wood is unfinished, and so there will be many many layers of materials that go on as sort of an undercoating, and it'll build up texture. You'll see colors through it, and this is something that I haven't really tried before. I found these pieces of wood. Someone was building a fence near where I parked my car in North Berkeley, and I took, they offered me the pieces of wood, and I took them. And so normally I would put like gesso on, like the typical things you do before. But I figured, if you're going to do an underpainting, you may as well collage under it. You never know what you'll be able to see through the paint and what kind of an effect that's going to have. So it's a great way to experiment. Since I didn't pay anything for those pieces of wood, I'm not afraid to try all kinds of weird stuff. I think we were talking about that before, is when you pay a lot of money for a new panel or a canvas and it's just so pristine and you have to like try to create something good on it. It can really limit the creative process because you're trying so hard to make something good and then you don't want to do anything. This happens for me, so it's been great to work on something like so unfinished. I really love the way this is looking. And I'm going to add some sparkle. Let's add some stars to it. So when we break apart these pieces, we're not going to know what this was when we rearrange them. It's just going to be a cool, like, you know, sparkly piece over here. And if you turn it this way, then what is that? And if you turn it this way, like, what is that? It's so fun. And there's ants crawling around, so I think probably some of the ants end up in there too. There's definitely ants that have ended up like in the underpainting, so if you actually end up owning one of these, then there's a dead ant. So if you're vegan, just know that some ants gave their lives for this piece. Some ants did give their lives for this piece of art. They did. I'm adding another layer on here. Most of it's going to stick already, and this will dry clear, so you won't even see it. It ends up looking like candy. I love this stuff. If you haven't had a chance to play with clear tar gel, you should get some. I'm still discovering like uses for it. Okay, so we'll let her marinate for a bit. And I think probably we'll give her some tights. Oh, let's give her tights that are made of glitter. That pink glitter is so cool. Oh, I have to reach in there with my fingers and get it. Oh my god, 7 minutes left. How time flies. Let's put some in here. And the rest will kind of just fall away. And if there's any left on the fingers, we'll be finding it for the rest of the week, everywhere. Cool. I can't believe how fast the time goes by. Like, we only have 7 minutes left of the show. Isn't that crazy? My God. It just like flies by. We have a little bit of like this teal color left, so I think I'm going to go ahead and like add it onto a background or do something with it. Oh, maybe we'll put it on this guy's shirt. I can't wait till next week and we have our transparency and we can start making these like intense crowd scenes. Like we have this whole thing here, and I'm thinking I want to just kind of cover it in like people and color them and just have this whole panel of characters that will look really good hanging in like a hallway or something. I found that like thin piece of wood as the compound is getting redone. There's all this scrap wood, so I'm in luck. Definitely taking advantage of all the scrap wood that's around. So before we end, I'll quickly use up my paint my pants. You know what I found though, you guys, is I think it might have been a couple of months ago, I was looking in Urban Outfitters, and they have jeans that already have paint on them, so you can already just look like you're painting all the time and just wearing it. It was so funny. I'm like, oh my god, I have that. I have those pants. I have those pants already. I don't need them. Isn't that great? That means we're all in style. So go ahead and wear your paint pants all around, all the time. Wear your paint pants all the time. Taco Bell colors. Is it still Taco Bell colors? I don't know. I think I might be kind of stuck in maybe the early 90s, thinking about that Taco Bell was these colors. Because Taco Bell got really extreme ever since they introduced the fourth meal, and kept rearranging the same 5 ingredients. I think it's just got really different, and it's just not the same animal. We'll give him his... These colors are crazy. It'll be fun to put like patterns on these shirts too. He doesn't know how cool he is, this guy. He just kind of looks confused, like he missed his BART train or something. And you'll have to wait for like 20 minutes. It's like, oh, that's the sound he just made. Yes, it's happening. It is happening. Got a little bit left. Kind of filling in these little details, blocking our colors out. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but I sometimes will post, you know, progress. I do work on this piece a little bit you know, throughout the week, so you can see it as I'm working on it here, and also as it's being made on kind of on a daily basis. It evolves a little bit. More and more little pieces get added, and colors and stuff get added to it. I just recently, I put them away, but oh, there it is. Like the coffee places, the coffee things here. I finished the coffee cups from last week, and so it slowly comes along. There's a lot to do on these, and it's so fun. So I won't be here next week. I actually got the weeks confused last time. I'm going to go see Tears for Fears next week at the Fox Theater, so I won't be doing Tharp World on the 24th, but I will be back the following week for some more of this painting, some silk screening, more progress, more bad drawings in the bad drawing book, and more stories. So thank you so much for watching, and have a great night. Don't forget to visit the Compound Gallery's website or come by and see us. There's lots of work for sale, and it's a great place to just come and hang out and collect some work and meet some artists. So have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you in 2 weeks. Good night.